song first started being sung around the folk clubs in the 60s. Anne Briggs was the first to sing it, and then Dick Gaughan made it quite famous in the 70s. And for decades, everybody went around saying it was a traditional song. And when we decided we were going to do a version, I had my suspicions. So I did some research into this song. I found out the first ever mention of this song was in 1821, when somebody by the name of Josiah Shufflebottom wrote a letter to a gentleman's magazine published in Edinburgh. And in this letter, it's a very, very lengthy letter which has all kinds of amazing details, like the fact the letter was delayed in being sent because he was waiting for his used milk cheese to reach maturation so that he could include it in the package to the magazine. Anyway, the bulk of the letter is concerned with the fact that he was on the way back from picking his nephew up at boarding school in the northeast, and they stopped off in a pub for a few pints, and they heard singing coming from the kitchen. So, of course, he decided to transcribe the folk songs, melody and all, and send them in to this magazine. Now that would be that very charming story, if it wasn't for the fact that much later in the 19th century, somebody called Thomas Doubleday was started saying that he'd actually written the lyrics and he'd set them to a traditional melody. The strange thing being that both versions were completely identical. So for a long time, nobody knew what was going on, until somebody took it upon themselves to spend many an hour leafing through these gentlemen's magazines, as you do, and discovered that the editor was one Thomas Doubleday. And apparently it was quite common practice in those days for editors to write letters into their own magazines when they were short of content. So sadly, Josiah Shufflebottom probably never existed. But I like to think that somebody said to Thomas Doubleday, they said, one day you're going to get rumbled. But I would like to know what he would think if he was to be told that he would be rumbled in 1997 on an internet forum for folk geeks. Amazing. Anyway, wherever it comes from, this is our take on the Snows, they're not the Soonest. Snows they melt the soonest when the winds begin to sing, and the bee that flew when summer shone in winter cannot sting. I've seen a woman's anger melt between the night and morn. It's surely not a harder thing to melt a woman's scorn. the moorcock calls and the martin takes the wing, for the snows they melt the soonest when the winds begin to sing.
Thank you very much, and he wouldn't tell you this himself, but we're very pleased that in the Telegraph's best folk moments of 2015, they gave a special mention to Tom singing of Snows to Make This the Soonest from the album. So round of applause for Tom there. I don't think we're going to get into the Telegraph for anything else, to be fair, so that's